Hello, everybody, and happy Sunday. Thank you for stopping by, and I wanted to do another stream for this week, show a couple of more of the updates I was working on, and I think the main and most interesting one is I've been trying to figure out a way to make it so that the um, uh, you know minimize the UI, right? That's what I was trying to do, and one way that initially I was going about doing it was creating this kind of walkie-talkie that would that you'd be able to pull up and like look at it. But I kind of thought that that might be a little bit cumbersome. It's kind of like equipping an item, and it just it gets in the way. So what I've done is this. Um, I've seen it kind of used in other games, similar, somewhat, but I actually okay, I wasn't focused on the window. So, but I think it's um, it fills my needs, right? So what I've done is I've equipped the player with this, just like a little bit of a kind of a hand tablet type of thing. And what it also does, it also works as compass. So as you can see, let me just make this a little bigger. Come on, old timer, you can do it. All right, so you can bring this up at any time just by pressing Q, and as you can see, it just tells me where I need to go. Kind of that's the distance. The only thing I need to fix is it's still kind of wobbly with the hand while you're moving, so it might not be as I don't want it to like jerk around as much. So yeah, as you can see, once you close in to the person you're supposed to interact with, it the 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 distance updates and has that little arrow. I need to fix that because it's still, it's probably not as visible as I would like it to be. But what having it done like this, what that helps with is if I have, like, for example, the pistol equipped, I can do this, right? So I don't have to equip something else to um, to show the current mission. So and yeah, so now it just goes back to your normal working order. Um, I've only done it for the pistol state at the moment. So for example, if I was to change it to the knife, um, it doesn't do it. So I need to do it separately for each one of those states. But yeah, that's it's done for the pistol. So that way, I get rid of this type of I don't have to have this UI in front of you, and you can just do it at um, like that. So that was definitely a fun project. This I've been working on that this week. And the other thing that I was working on is trying to optimize some of the levels, and I'll take a look at a couple of some of the levels that I worked on. They were existing already, stuff that I got off the marketplace. So they work out great, very good quality stuff. It's just that in one of them, I was running into the issue with some draw calls, like an immense amount of draw calls. And the reason for that, the reason that was happening was, people use splines, and sometimes they use spline at an indiscriminative type of way. So let me see. I hope one of these, if anybody's interested, this is like called the Desert Gas Station. I think it might still be on the marketplace. I haven't checked, but this particular level was was giving me a ton of grief because it was pumping out some crazy amount of draw calls, and I couldn't figure out why. So let me show you what I found was the culprit. And always be careful when buying stuff off of the marketplace, because the splines, people use splines oddly sometimes. So let me see, I hope this one, yeah, this one's it. So let me hide all this, and I'm gonna do stat RHI to show the draw calls. um, so the main thing here is, I looked for the splines, and as you can see right now, this is setting around 2000, about 2070, 70, 80 draw calls. Now check this out. As soon as I hide this, that's 700 draw calls, because the way this thing was built, each one of these little items, it's its own little mesh. So it's just kind of ridiculous. So yeah, if anybody else is using this particular asset, something to, and you're seeing like a giant amount of draw calls for no particular reason, yeah, like if I delete, so right now it's around 2050. So if I was to delete these pennants, I guess that's an interesting name. Um, let's see where we at. Yeah, so that's 1,000 draw calls right there, just on these three assets. And then once you join some of these, I've already joined some of these, and that's where you get. I already have less draw calls because I've merged a bunch of the same material meshes. So yeah, that's something I wanted to show, just in case sometimes you're looking at an asset you bought off the marketplace and you're thinking, damn, why am I getting so many draw calls? So that's, at least in this particular case, that's what I ran into. Anyways, so let's take a look at where was it? Maps. What am I having such a hard time finding it? All right, and also one of the things that I've looked at right before the stream is, so I wanted to fill the world with, kind of make it as most games, most people want to do it. You want to make the world feel like it's being lived in. So what I've done is I've started adding around some some vehicles and some of these points of interest, like a gas station or like a laundromat. There's going to be next to it a kind of a grocery store. And the one thing that sometimes, I noticed that it doesn't take forever, but it's kind of a tedious task, especially when it comes to vehicles, is placing them so that all wheels look like they're on the ground. Like for example, in the case of this little military vehicle that I have here, you can see that it's kind of there, but the the wheels are kind of, some of them are pretty good sitting on the ground, some of them not so much, and it just took me a while to like kind of just adjust it and rotate it and place it like that. Hey Lazy Luke, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. So what I was thinking of doing is, and this is particularly interesting with a bus, right? So I have a bus here, and actually no, that's the mesh. So I'm gonna try with this little blueprint to set a few line traces so that however you place this, hopefully the wheel is gonna be the wheels are gonna sit on the ground. So basically here, as you can see, at least I thought I had it done. Is it not colliding with the ground? Oh, hey, no, it is a video game project. It's I it's also something that as I develop it, I run into things that are not there are that I can't find any decent tutorials on. So I do use my project to create tutorials. But yeah, it is a video game project that I'm working on, and I've made a few tutorials in the past that were connected to stuff that I've had to do in this, and I'm like, okay, this could be something interesting. Like, I'm not sure if you've seen any of the other videos, like, but for example, uh, the system of light bulbs, like of the um, these electrical poles. And let me hide the stats here, where you can just like create some of these and just link them together. So for example, this one, oopsie, I don't want to do that. So for example, this I can link it to, or actually it's the other way around. And so this one can be linked to this one, and this one, I guess it's already linked. Oh, I might have gone the wrong way. But yeah, so this is kind of when it comes to tutorials, I find a need in my project that I'm not seeing it. Um, I'm not seeing anything proper, or not properly, but to my liking, done on YouTube already. There's a ton of other tutorials, so that's why I don't cover AI or anything that's already been covered. Mostly it's just stuff that comes across through my needs. So for example, for today, I was looking at, and that came to mind, I've just finished this bus. I've had it from some kind of like a humble bundle that I got a while ago, and I retextured it. So I was thinking of a way. Well, I'm gonna place a few of these in the level, and I don't have to like deal with it. There's probably gonna be other vehicles as well, and I don't want to deal with it's not necessarily a hassle, but having to place these around, and like it's gonna be at this angle, at this angle, for example, and I need to worry about where the excuse me. I need to worry about where the wheels are going to touch the ground, or if they're going to go through the ground. So yeah. But if you're not familiar with the project, it's an action adventure type of video game. It's a single player. You do get to interact with a bunch of NPC characters, which is it's a storyline project. So but not multiplayer, because I don't play multiplayer games, so it's kind of, I like working on the stuff that I play. And So yeah, let me know if you're interested in more details. Not sure if this is like the first time you're joining the stream, or if I've never mentioned any of the details in this. But yeah, what I'm gonna try and do for this stream is attempt to get this actually working. Oh yeah, thank you so much. I'm excited to share it with folks. Hopefully they will like it. And I'm not sure if you just joined, if you've seen the way I've actually shown it right at the beginning of the stream. Um, the way I had the um, actually, why is that not failing to compile? Oh, inventory main. The way I'm displaying the missions, so like the kind of the tasks. So let's see. Hopefully now I'm gonna. Oh, that's a good way to name that. Yeah, I'll probably be around, but this is what I wanted to show. It's just like a little bit of a little bit of a way to give to show the missions that you currently have. So yeah, so this one has the kind of, it's kind of hard to tell, but yeah, there's like a little arrow at the top. I want to improve that so it makes it look a little bit better. But yeah, once you closing in on your target, you'll see that update. So that distance update. So yeah, that's some of the stuff from this week. And of course, you know, you can enter the bus. There's going to be a little bit of kind of some small missions around you know, finding something inside of these buses. So yeah, and I guess the collision is not working so well for the back, but anyways, so yeah, I'll be working on this. Oh yeah, sounds good. I'll be around. I'll try and be here for at least another hour or more. Cool. I'll see you soon. I'll let the music play. In the meantime, I'll just try and work on this to see if I can figure it out. It's kind of an interesting thing. So let me. I'll try and place it here in the parking lot. Alright, let's try and edit this and see what I can do. This line trace is kind of kicking my butt. Why won't it trace it? So I should be ignoring self and then sphere, get world location, and so it looks like it's tracing down as expected. So no collision. I thought I set that to no collision for sphere. Just in case it was colliding with itself, but I have to say I really like the lumen lighting in here, or like the 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 reflections. You know, they're really nice to have. So that's that, and then what if I've already set it so that there's no it ignored self. And it doesn't seem to be colliding with anything. Why is that? Hey Graham, thank you so much for joining. And 3Die. Um, yeah, that's the thing. That's exactly the thing. I'm not entirely sure. Like, this is one of the things I haven't been working in with forever. Like these line traces. Um, so I'm guessing if there is a hit, a return value, if there is a hit. Hit ground, because I think this would be, I mean, to me at least, I think it might be useful to have this kind of a setup. Might be a kind of interesting tutorial as well. I need to get used to the Control D as a duplicate. I'm still stuck in the Control W. I probably need to change that. So let's see. So this one did not hit ground. Oh, it's not even being triggered. Yeah, so I think this one, I think I've set it to block, actually not for this one, just so that it doesn't, I mean it would ignore the entire actor, I would think, when you have ignore self, so let's do block all for all. Let's try that. Oh, are you saying dynamic for the object type? Yeah, I was never, and so this one should look for the world static. Only for the tire. So yeah, I mean I can see the line traces, just that it doesn't. Man, well, so this is not a vehicle. That's the thing. It's actually just a simple. And that's kind of a little bit of frustration, I would say. Um, that this is not anything complex. It's just a basic, simple, um, really simple bus that I just wanted to set it on the ground and not have to like kind of just finesse around with the rotations to have the wheels sitting on the ground. Could potentially use for other static vehicles like this, but yeah, that's the weird thing that I'm not seeing any kind of collision with the ground. Let me try opening a different level. Just for grins. So yeah, I'm kind of wondering, should it not be able to do a print string in the construction script? That's a little odd. I mean, it does seem to move the wheel around, like the wheel is sitting on the ground. Well, yeah, and I'm kind of getting it why I wouldn't, but still, I've noticed that a bunch of nodes that are not available in certain like functions and stuff like that, they will not get listed, but apparently they do. Um, well, so let me try this. Let me take a look. Cause like what happens sometimes is I think if you delete the or reload the level. Because right now it seems to be placing the wheel where it's supposed to. So let me try something real quick. Um, because I want it to be a little bit higher, not where it hits the ground. So I'm thinking minus 50 to bring it up a little bit. Oh, actually no, it should be a plus. So kind of like that. I think that's what I'm looking for. You know? Of course, you're not gonna go um, too crazy with it, but I think it might have been working after some of the changes that I've done, uh, but it just wasn't. I think sometimes you need to like delete that actor and like bring a new actor back in, or in this case, reload the level. So I kind of think this might have done it from what I can tell. It is sitting on the ground, which is what I was expecting it to do. So let me try adding another wheel and and see how that looks. It's a little let's let's see, I need to push it further inside. Let me move this to the side so I can tell where the okay, so that looks like it's a little bit more inside of the arch. So, you know, kind of stuff like that, where the wheel is just hitting the ground, and that's what I was going for. So let me see, maybe I need to move it a little bit higher up so it doesn't, because it's still clipping the ground a little bit. That's better. Okay, and now for the back wheels, I actually have some like a double, because I mean these buses have a double wheelie in the back. So should be something like that. Let me add that in. So that, but so far at least it seems to be working. So let me do, I'm gonna do this one. Let me rename this as front left. Let's do front right. Then it's going to be a rear. And a rear left. Yeah, so look, if you're going to watch this a little bit later, this is kind of, you know, some of these simple tutorials that I usually try and do, because, you know, I don't really, it's just for like helping others. And like I said, there's so many other ones out there that are much better than at doing tutorials, and they actually make a living off of it. So let's do wheel. This is gonna be wheel front left, and then let's do front right. So I'm just gonna make the rotation so I don't mess with it. Alright, so and then we have it's gonna be the rear. So then this is rear. Let's see, what's the okay, so this is gonna be, looks like it's the right side. Alright, so, or left side, sorry. So left, and duplicate rear right, and let's flip this around 180. Alright, so let's go back into the construction script. There's going to be a few more line traces to do. So we have 3 more of these. Alright, Control D. I'm actually really curious to see how this turns out. I had this idea in the morning, but it's always fun to have an idea, but then implementing it is just the fun part, I guess. Alright, so we have the front left, then we gotta do the front right. Actually, no, I don't want to set it. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, thank you so much. And I'm happy to get people on the stream that have been here before, right? Yeah, that was a fun part as well, having the elevator in the bunker, implementing that. So, and see, this is the part where, like that elevator was fun for me to do, but I'm willing to bet there's like 50 tutorials out there that might be better than something that I would come up with, and they're already covered. The part, like that tutorial with the light poles, I couldn't find anything out there, at least not doing it the way I was doing it. So I felt it, might be good to share. So I spent a few hours to create that video, and I'm happy that some people got some use from it. Alright, so I have front left. I need front right. So let's replace that with front right, and then the wheel for the. Oops, that's not it. Shoot, I forgot to duplicate the spheres. That could be helpful. Yeah, and it's interesting because the way I had it, it was um, it was it wasn't very complicated, so to speak. There was a lot of things to consider, like the doors opening, where's the elevator. So yeah, some of those tutorials can get pretty cumbersome, complicated. Um, so is it possible to create mobile games in 2D, 3D Unreal Engine? I think so. I think the mobile game market is a Unity kind of a world to my knowledge. Um, but I believe there's been quite a few games that have been made using Unreal, because you can like from here, and it's interesting. Like I can't when you I can't. Oh, I guess they moved the packaging somewhere else. Um, so was it Zip Project? No, it's not Zip Project. Yeah, I guess I'd have to look, but the last I remember, when you were building your project, you can or publishing it, maybe build. I can't remember. I have to look where 5 got, because I mean there's a bunch of things that got moved around with UE5. But I remember in UE4 there was an option where you can set it to Android. Um, I wouldn't say it's better, but I think it's more used. So um, but again, I have very little knowledge when it comes to mobile games, so I'm sorry I couldn't give you any more details. It's just like I said, I don't know a whole lot about the usage of Unreal when it comes to mobile games. Sorry about that. Alright, so now I have front right, so I'm gonna use the front right here. Oh, I haven't flipped. Sometimes, yeah, take care, take care. Thank you for asking. Uh, it's sometimes it's hard to like talk and kind of do stuff like this. It's a lot easier um, to to do stuff and talk at the same time. Yeah, Unity is only for mobile. I have 3 years of Unity as a tech, but they work great for Windows now. Yeah, and that's great. I've seen a lot of good projects made with Unity, no doubt. I just with Unreal, I kind of like the blueprints. The blueprints are just amazing. So everything that I have in here, besides a couple of plugins, are all blueprint. So always happy to do the visual scripting. It's a lot quicker for me as a single developer. Um, Alright, so let's do sphere. Sphere goes here because that's where the line trace is happening, and then the wheel front right would go here. Alright, let's see what kind of mess is gonna create. Okay, I need to put some targets in the other ones as well. So SM wheel front right, this is front left in here. And I need to create some for these ones down here, and a few more spheres. So spheres rear left. Yeah, that's a good say on Godot. And C Sharp is definitely very good to learn. Oh yeah, if you're looking for kind of the coding background of it, I think Unity is definitely really good. Unreal C++ is a little bit more cumbersome to my understanding, but I haven't done almost none of it, so hence blueprints. Alright, so this one is, let's see, sphere rear left, so wheel rear left should go here, and then this is going to be sphere rear right here, and then this one is going to be wheel rear, what did I say? This is right, rear right. Let's see if hopefully I got all of them in. Oh, maybe not so much. Okay, so that one sits pretty nicely there, and these ones not so good. Let's see, what am I doing wrong? So, oh, I forgot to move the I forgot to move the spheres. Duh. All right, so let's do sphere rear right and rear left. Where's the rear left? Oh, they're all the same. Oh my god. Brilliant. Alright, so let's move these back here. I guess I'll have to see how they land. And then so we have the right side of the bus. So let's move the right side wheel onto its side here. Hopefully I placed them far back enough. And the other thing for me when it comes to yeah, it's got some really good graphic effects, and making a single player game by yourself is pretty easy. Um, so, and yeah, you're definitely right. I think the higher end, um, that require kind of a higher end hardware would probably be Unreal type of thing. All right, so let's push these in a little bit. I'm gonna save because sometimes it crashes on my machine. All right, so this one here needs to be further inside. I need to see, because I mean these are like those double wheelies, they need to move further in. Alright, let me move this off to the side for a little bit so I can see what's happening. So I have this one here, I think a little bit forward. Okay, that's a little bit better. I think further in. Can't go even further. I can't tell where the pivot point for this asset is. Oh, I think that's actually good there. Oh, hey, that's awesome. I had no idea Lion King was made with Unity. Huh. Thank you, 3Die. That's actually really cool. And not just but from like a development, game development standpoint, it's good to see these 3D engines being used, more and more. Where is this one? So I'm just working on placing that little sphere, so I guess it could have been, there might have been probably some better ways to doing it, but Alright, so let's see now if I tilt this a little bit, how it's gonna look. Actually, that's a little too much tilt. Yeah, so that looks good. You know, it's kind of going into the arch, and that wheel is setting down a little bit more. Yeah, see, it's looking better on that side. I'm not entirely sure why there's an extra one here. Where is that coming from? Oh yeah, so I think, you know, talking about myself as a software engineer, it's with Unreal, it's actually working out pretty good because um, you know, visual scripting, I think it's pretty simple. Oh, do I have multiple? Oh, I have multiple wheels here. What the heck? Where's this wheel? What's this wheel? What's this? What's its story? What's its origin story? Where is it coming from? So I have the front. Let's sort by wheel. Oh, I have 5 wheels. Okay, that's extra wheels. It's always good to have, I guess. Alright, there it goes. So now it's kind of like a lowrider, right? So it can do this. Ah, pretty cool. I'm happy with that. So yeah, now you can I'll jump into the other game where there's like some actual streets, and so that they can we can set it at different angles. Oh, actually, I haven't tried to see if I tilt it. Oh, look at that! Ha, that's actually cool. Yeah, that can definitely bring in some variety. So yeah, that's an interesting thing that you said about Unity having Bolt as visual scripting too. I guess it's also a matter of, I'm not sure when Bolt was introduced, but I've I think I first looked at when I started looking into like game development, and what, about 10 years ago. Yeah, it's closing in on 10 years. And I looked at Unity, CryEngine, and Unreal, and I kind of got blinded by the lights, so to speak. Oh, 2019, yeah. So I would not have. I think so. I started with CryEngine because, you know, the looks and all that. Got blinded by that. But then I switched over to Unreal about 4 years ago, and I'm so happy that I did. So, but yeah, if that happened in 2018, 2019, yeah, I would not have known. So yeah, check that out. That actually, I am quite happy how that turned out. Oh, thank you, Graham. Yeah, and you can enter it, which is cool. So let me try it again, because I mean, there's been some changes in this. I think you should still be able to enter it. Yeah, there you goes. Oh yeah, and this is how you check your for somebody that just joined the stream. This is how you check your missions. And yeah, it's kind of a little bit wobbly right now when you're walking, but um, so, oh, actually, what the heck happened? What just happened with the wheels? Whoa. Where'd he go? Ah, there's this guy again. Get off my back. What happened to the wheels? Huh. Well, that's something. What'd you do? Where are these wheels from? Oh, oh damn. My bad. I guess I had two buses, and that one was just a regular thing I was playing around with. Oh my god, that's so silly. Anyways, okay. So the bus is over there. Let me bring it a little bit closer. And yeah, I mean, I've kind of set that. Um, so you're not gonna be able to like, because I mean, this is a little bit. That's why I kind of like these having these spheres, because this is, you know, you don't want to push it like that and still have the wheels showing. So there it goes, kind of there, and the sides look good. I mean, sort of almost realistic. This one seems to be too far up in the arch well, but hey, you know, maybe it broke down. So let's see if I started to think, oh my god, what happened? Did the thing just break? Oh, there's that guy. Stay away. Alright, cool. That actually, I am happy with that. So I'm gonna let's open up that the persistent map where everything kind of is in there, and place a couple of these. See how if um, if it's too cumbersome, or hopefully it's gonna be a lot easier with it now. Where is it? Persistent map. Oh, Graham, yeah, that's an awesome idea to switch for flat tires. The only thing I don't have is I don't think I have a flat tire. So I don't have the mesh itself for that, unfortunately. So, and I think I might need to delete this one. But let me yeah. So I don't have the tire. Let me see, or wheel. I only have these two assets, which is kind of like from a semi truck. That I'm guessing I could import these into Blender and kind of do a little bit of soft body physics and just make them so that they're flat. That could be something. Alright, so let me bring in the bus. Yeah, I think you can do it by sculpting too. I think it shouldn't be too complicated to do. I was thinking of the soft body as well, but so the one thing I can't figure out at this point is like, why is it having trouble in this? Oh, actually, no. I think let me try. I think I might know why. I think I'm just placing it. I'm wondering because this is with the multi-level setup. I'm wondering if that might be the issue. So let me try and place it right in the like the map level. Not sure if that could be causing yeah, see, it's not doing the line trace properly in here. So I'm kind of wondering why. That is kind of odd. It is doing the line trace, but no collision. So I'm wondering if it's something wrong with the landscape. What's the difference? has the collision preset says block all, and it's world static, so welcome to game development, right? Why was it working in the other one and not in this one? Hmm. Yeah, that's what I wanted to take a look at. Yeah, because I mean, it does have a different material, which this one's mine. The other one was from a different developer. Um, I don't think the other level had anything additional added to this, as far as anything different on that landscape. Let me try seeing, hopefully I'm not gonna break this. Well, yeah, so that one had block all as well. So let me try, what I'm gonna try and do is I'm gonna try and add that existing level in here. Oh, that's a good question. Let's see, where was that? I could have given it a better name. Jeez. At least I thought I could have given it a better name, but alright, I think it's this one. Let me try adding this one and see. Where did it get added? It's right there. You know what? That's exactly it. It's and you know, on one hand, it's fun to do this as kind of a solo developer because you you get to touch on everything. You know, like there's the art, there's the scripting, there's kind of the gameplay design, which is the level design, the lighting, everything, which is fun. It doesn't. That's the thing. It doesn't get boring. And But it's also like a good number of times I had to like look at, well, how did I do that? I've done it like, you know, well, and I use Git, but then again, it's hard to like, what am I gonna look for, right? So let me see, where was the terrain? So this is the terrain as it sits from that. Hide some of this because I'm having a hard time selecting it. So this one has this enable edit layers unchecked. Not sure if that would cause anything like my bus to not behave as expected. So let me add a bus to this somewhere around here. And so let's see, we have the bus. Because I mean, if that's the case, that'd be truly... There are store for each added layer, but the current visual output will be kept. Yeah, sure, let's try it. I guess it didn't do anything. Alright, so what can be the difference between these two? Besides a different material. See, can we make this a little bit bigger? So this one has this enable edit layers. Alright, let's see if there's anything different for collisions. I mean, this one being from a different developer does not have the virtual textures which I have, the runtime virtual textures, but that shouldn't do it either. Let's take a look at collision. So they're both with block all, they look identical. Anything under advanced? Nothing under advanced. They're in different levels. Let me see if I move this to the persistent level. Yeah, hopefully that's not going to crash the engine. Come on, you can do it. Yeah, I think I see what you're saying. Hey, Tape Loops, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing good. Yeah, unfortunately, I think moving my okay, so that didn't help. Let me move it back. It's gonna freeze for a little bit. So try to show 3D widget, then manipulate your pivot point on Z-axis. Are you thinking of the pivot point for the bus, or? Because what's interesting is, oh, actually, that's a good point. The material response. Hey, Gitish, welcome. So now that you mention it, I haven't, because I think with the line trace, there's also a something related to the materials, right? I'd have to take a look. Let me just wait for a little bit until my little oldie gets to moving things back into their own levels. So yeah, let's take a look at oh, well, for starters, that could be one thing. You know, I didn't set self as actors to ignore. let me do that first as well. It might not. No, it actually has it has ignore self set. So my bad. I didn't see that. Um, then everything is the same with the object types. Yeah, so see, it is firing the, but for this one, it's not colliding with it. Oh, and I guess the problem has returned. Why was it working earlier and not now? What's happening? Oh well, so it was on the other level to begin with. Huh. Well, that's an interesting thing. Let me see if I just open that one level. Yeah, okay, Jesus. It's this bug I think has been introduced with 5.1 where well, right, but I mean I think that has to go into a function, right, with that print string. Yeah, so see, like the wheels are moving around, so it's definitely hitting something. Okay, world static, world. Shouldn't be world dynamic. Hmm. Oh well, I guess I'll. It's something to dig into a little bit later, and not. Um, oh, are you saying on here? So that would make it 30, or add or subtract, I guess. Yeah. See, there's the line trace. It's just it doesn't collide with anything, and not sure why. Oh, are you saying in here? So let's start with the left, with the front left. So is this where you were saying to add Oh, well, actually, so this one is not, my bad. It's it's this vector that I don't make a use of anyways. So, um, initially I thought that I might use this. Where is it? Kind of like a show 3D widget, but I'm not making use of it. I realized I thought of just using the spheres to get their world location and then shoot down. So I'm not making any addition to the line trace. I mean, basically this doesn't do anything. Oh yeah, well I didn't show it anyway, so it was just a little confusing, yeah. so so Gitish, the issue is when placing the bus in this particular level, um, the um, the line trace does not collide with anything, and it does work in mine, in my level, but not in this one. So let's I'm gonna have to figure out what why that is. Um, so for this is what I was looking at, and oh actually I need to rename these. Oh my god, that's kind of a mess here, so my apologies. Um, so maps, da, 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 persistent map. Yeah, they're the same. They're the same collision profiles in both maps, from what I can tell, for the landscape. It's just that um, in here, whenever I add it, it doesn't. So I'm adding this bus here, and it's not doing the. See, it's shooting the line trace down, but it's not colliding with anything, which is I don't get why. Which is totally kind of so this is a spline as well. So for example, let me like this one should have some collisions and be static, but it's still not doing it there either. Well, yeah, but that doesn't explain it why it works in my level and not in these custom levels. And sometimes that's what like one of those things that it's I would say annoying. Um, that where is this bright light coming from? Jeez, it's this one here. Um, that I don't get why it doesn't. It kind of it's beyond me a little bit. Well, anyways, I'll have to figure that out this afternoon and see what's going on. There might be there could be some different rabbit holes to be to be chasing them down. But the other thing that I wanted to do is I wanted to make this kind of laundromat accessible, basically, well, accessible, like that you can enter it. So, because it was kind of a cool little lighting setup that looked kind of nice in here. So I like to be able to enter this with the player, and I hope that should be pretty easy to do because the original developer, well, at least I'm hoping. Maybe not for both doors. Yeah, well, I mean, this is from I think it's called it's Decagon, the King Wash Laundromat, I believe is what it's called. Yeah, because it says right there. I might make some changes so it doesn't look so obvious. So just to relabel them a little bit. But yeah, let's make these actual doors function. Oh yeah, Gitish, that's it. That's true. I did transition fully to UE5 for about a week and a half ago, or 2 weeks maybe. And the transition was very smooth. Like it was just a snap. There were some blueprints that didn't compile properly, but they were pretty easy fixes, so I'm not too concerned about that. So let's take a look at this. I'm thinking these would open outwards, but it's the pivot point is kind of messed up. Um, I'm guessing opening inside it is. Let me get this. Whoa, what the hell is this light mask portal doing here? Anyways. And I do have a little bit of a what? Oh, this is. Oh, oh, the multiply. Yeah, the multiply is a pretty little interesting thing to have, indeed. Okay, so it looks like this building was never really built to be enterable because of the way the windows are set up. Oh, and I actually looks like this might be a group, so that should be hopefully easy to fix. Anyway, so let's unhide the door, and this door, and this. What's this plane about here? Delete. I guess it was meant to be like some foggy things. Oh, that looks kind of cool. Alright, so it looks like this particular door is made out of 2 pieces, which is always fun. The pivot point seems to be in the right place, but not for this one. And they're not really the same door. Can I make them be the same door? Oh, hey, hey. I guess at this point for you is like bonsoir. Ça va? And happy to have you. Happy to have you. And thank you so much for all your chats, because I mean it was helpful to kind of try and pinpoint some of these issues. Hopefully I'll be able to pinpoint what's going on with the particular this particular level. Ah, nice. So in the meantime, I might just go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and export these and just oh, actually no. I'm just gonna merge these. So tools, merge actors, and I'm gonna replace them. And let's see, where are these at? Why would you make them as 2 separate meshes? That's sometimes this kind of just kind of baffles me. I mean, this is like the asset itself with all the writings on it, but then no glass, so that doesn't really make sense. Yeah, Gitish has been on the stream a few other times as well, quite a few times, so thank you so much. Alright, so let's try and merge these two together, and this goes into where is it? The laundromat area, and meshes, and let's do merge. So this is going to be SM window door entrance. Okay, so we have this. Now it's a properly done door. The only problem is that this particular mesh has, I thought there was a way to change the pivot point for these, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember where that was. But what I think I'll do, since this one is already in place, yeah, see, I'm not entirely sure why this one has a pivot point there and this one. So what I'll do is I'll duplicate this one. And I'm gonna change the front decals. Oh, and actually I think these are like, they're the same but different UVs unwrapped. Oh man, see, this is sometimes, you know, kind of I'm becoming like a critic when it comes to these. They look great, but sometimes they lack kind of extensibility. So yeah, these should be merged together. And why would you put the pivot point there? That I don't get. So I'll merge these, and then I'll do some work with Blender to actually make it work as a proper door. But actually, maybe let's see if I can just, I'm not entirely sure if this opening is big enough for the player to go through, but let's give that a shot. So I'm gonna leave these as is. Well, Gitish, that was my thinking. That was what I was thinking, that in the asset editor, that there was like a way to adjust the pivot point to move it somewhere else, but I can't recall where it was. Asset edit? No, not edit. Oh, hey, that's awesome. Thank you, 3Die. And that's that's kind of the reason that I stream, right? As well. It's always good to talk to people and, you know, learn stuff. All right, so let's see. So you're saying to hold Alt. Well, if I can see where the pivot point is. How do you see the pivot point? Show pivot. Now I think Alt just moves the left Alt and middle mouse button. Yeah, that just moves the camera around. Oh, not in the scene. Oh, and here, well, actually no, this actually duplicates it. So yeah, there it goes. Okay, like that. All right, so now is it right click, or how do you that's awesome, thank you. But now how do we set it to be? Is it through Alt as well? Pivot, set as pivot, set as pivot offset. Oh hey, there it goes. Nice, thank you guys. Alright, so now let's merge these into like the left door. Merge actors, and nice. And speaking of everybody helping here, you know, it's kind of like one of the tutorials that I'm currently working on, kind of just planning it out, and that I couldn't find on YouTube, is a dynamic credits. So dynamic credits at the end of the game based on like a data table. Because, you know, I do use quite a few assets from Sketchfab, and I want to give proper credit. So what did I want to say? And so it's easy to just add, you know, because like with Sketchfab, you want to credit the author, you want to give a link to the asset on Sketchfab. So that way through the data table you can provide these details, and then whenever you have that widget loaded, it would start scrolling through all your lists that you have in that data table. So I think that was something that I couldn't find online. You know, nothing dynamic, right? A lot of them were just you would have to input the data um, into your widget. So this way you don't have to. You just add it um, um, to a data table. Alright, so back to this. So now I have the, let me see, where do I save it? Laundromat, meshes, merged. Where did I put this in? Merge, window entrance, 2. Alright, well, so now let's try and replace this one. Let's see, why didn't it save the pivot point? Oh, did I not save it on that asset? Where is it, on the tools or under select? Pivot, so pivot, set as, not pivot offset, I think. I don't think I want it as pivot offset. Or maybe that could be it. Yeah, definitely. I think Tish, you were on here. So I think something like that might be useful. And like I said again, it's one of those things that I haven't seen other tutorials on. Oh man, this bug drives me nuts with it tries to do an autosave. It's yeah, it's still not ready for production. Definitely not. I think there's still some bugs to be fixed. So yeah, no, I'm trying to. If I save the current level is fine, but if I try to exit out of the engine, it's gonna try and save whatever's in the background, and for whatever reason, it has this autosave, which I'm not entirely sure what it's about. It hasn't happened. It was not happening prior to, like, in 4.27 and 5.0, but I guess there's some bugs definitely with around debug as well. Debug is just a memory hog now, so I think that might be in the works to be fixed, but we'll see. Okay, so now let's add a door in here. So let's see, where am I? What's the level? Laundromat. Let's add. Yeah, so see, I'm trying to choose file to save. This is what I'm talking about. This auto stupidity thing here, which I'm not sure where it's coming from. Anyways, so let's add a door, and there's quite a lot of stuff from other developers, but mine is, I need to look for mine because it's a mess. Let's see, where is it? Blueprints, door, and we need a interactable metal door. I believe this is the one that I can give it a specific asset. There we go. So let's see if I can actually enter this through just one door, because it might look a little odd if you have to interact with two doors at the same time, or you have to interact with two doors. So let's see, where is the start player? Can't remember. Well, what's this collision about here, bruh? Ah. Oh, is it from this guy? For whatever reason, I kind of thought that I had fixed the collisions for this level, because you know it's got some pretty honky collisions to some extent. Um, but what's the one that's not allowing me to get close to that? I think it might be, is it this front wall? Let's take a look. Show collision, simple collision. Yeah, I guess it's this one. And I think let's add a add block simplified collision. Hopefully this will do it. And we don't have any other ones. Alright, let's try this out and see if where's my start so I don't have to walk as much. Why would it? I just moved that. That was in the right start, maybe? Player start, I'm guessing. Alright, let's see. What is going on here? Which one's got the horrible collisions? Alright, so then and some of these collisions are done so haphazardly. So that one doesn't look like it might be causing any issues. Let's see, could it be this light? try and get a one that's got a little bit of a closer location for the starting point. Yeah, it should start here. Why does it start all the way back to next to the gas station? That's truly odd. So which one is the one that I'm stuck in? I'm wondering if it's the collision for one of these doors. Let's first, I want to try and see if this actually works as expected to begin with. And I'll try and figure out what's going on with this real funky player start issue. Alright, so the door works as expected. It does have that little icon showing. It's the trouble with the collisions. But why is... Let's see, what is the one that's got this horrible collision set up in here? I know it's there's some fog planes being used by this developer sometimes, and not sure if those usually don't have their collisions set properly. Let's see, did this save as I would think it did? Let's take another look at this front wall. So let's show the collision. Yeah, there it is. Let's turn off this customized collision because it's bad to begin with. Oh yeah, that's the thing about it, you know. And the last time I checked, I think yeah, come on, these temporary levels are driving me nuts. The marketplace is much richer on the Unreal side, you know, when it comes to assets. Now, yeah, I've actually made one, but yeah, these ones look really nice. I've made one as well. It's kind of looking almost like this, not as much detail to begin with. But yeah, this asset is an insane amount of work. Yeah, totally. But you know, I am assuming that depending on some developers sometimes outsource work, and you know, they might have certain things done by certain other people. But yeah, like what I was saying. Come on, I keep trying to save and um, it's still trying to get me to save some kind of a like these things. Where I never even used these things recently. Um, so yeah, there's definitely a lot of duds on the marketplace. I'll have to. There's a lot of gems, a lot of awesome things, but there's a lot of crap. I'm sorry to say, but there's a lot of stuff that is just it takes away from the good stuff. That's the thing that um, um, I hate the most. It takes away from the good stuff that's on the marketplace and the developers that actually do a lot of work in this. But such I don't think they have uh, the creators review process anybody can submit anything apparently sometimes. And the pricing is kind of odd. It's also odd. I'm not sure how some people figure out their pricing, but alright, so the door is working as expected. It's just a collision that I can't realize for the life of me which one is the one having this um, this odd collision happening here. Which one is that asset that is so we know this one apparently it wouldn't be. I'm seeing a line across here. What's this coming from? Like, not sure if you can see it, but it's this one. I wish I could select an item based on its collision. So, because this line seems to be like right at the entrance, but I can't figure out what it's coming from. Yeah, see, it's this one right here. Let me try and hide this. I guess it doesn't really hide the lines. I wish once you hide something it would hide the collision. Like, I don't get it sometimes. Let's see, what is... I'm just gonna try and move this out of the way. That line is still there. Okay, so it's not that one either. Man, I guess I really want to be able to enter this laundromat with the player. But where is this thing coming from? Because you can see it, it's like this thing here. It's this from what I can tell. It's this body, but what is it of? Is it the sign? Can't be the sign. I don't think it's the sign. The sign has this kind of contained collision. I don't think it's the awning either. It's not the roof. Oh, and sometimes I hate this stuff when people use shapes. Huh, let's see. Could it be this one? And of course the pivot point is way back here. Oh, I think this is it. This is the culprit. So for something like this, for starters, why would you set collision to begin with? I guess when they got imported into the engine, they don't care. So let's see, where's the collision? Yeah, look at that. Just horrible. Anyways, rant over. Now let's see if we can move these things back into place. I need to like delete the collision, or like delete the collision. So let's move these back. I guess the undo doesn't really do so well. There it goes. Alright, so now in here, let's delete this offending collision and hide the collision because it's extremely resource intensive. I guess I have a tick for saving files. Alright, let's try this out. Hopefully this time I'll be able to, and I forgot to move the door. We'll see. I'm actually curious to see if we can get through without without having to open the other door. Nope. Can I just not fit, or it doesn't seem to be that tight of an opening. Could there be another honky collision set up over here? Yep, of course. Yeah. And that's why it's usually whenever you buy stuff off of the marketplace, no matter how good they look, you're gonna end up fixing a bunch of stuff. I mean, to get a game ready, don't get me wrong, you know, they look great when you create just scenes or anything like that, but to get it game ready, there's a work afoot. Alright, so let's try adding this one back in here. Hey, see you 3Die. Thank you so much for stopping by. Alright, let's see if, well, first of all, open the door. And there he goes. Yeah, I thought there was plenty of space to, like, get through this, but, yeah, so this one has, at least this one has collisions working as expected, but not sure about the rest of that. So in here, everything looks and works fine, man. I love those reflections. and this lumen lighting right in here. Oh man, that's awesome. So yeah, especially in like a dark place, checking your I'm really liking checking your objectives like this, because you know there's like the little bit of a glow um, from the wrist tablet, and I like that. Cool. There's definitely a little bit of more optimizing because there's so many instances of the same actor. I'm not sure if the instancing really works so well. So I need to merge a bunch of them into a single body. But but yeah, entering this building, complete, and you know fixing the collisions. Um, One of the things that I've noticed is setting the roughness a little bit higher whenever you have Lumen working. Definitely helps with not having to bump up its quality because it would get pretty noisy. So for example, like this cart, it was really noisy before, and I've actually just had to and I guess there's another odd collision happening somewhere around here with it's probably one of these wall assets. um, yeah, so for this one it was the reflection were really noisy due to its high or really low roughness. And so between the roughness and the metallic, you can definitely make the reflections not look noisy with lumen. But yeah, see, like for example, this is a perfect example that I was. Let's see. How did I get to see that? I think it was. Was I sitting a little bit further back, or was it on the other side? Oh yeah, I was right here. So see, that one is pretty noisy. It's not terrible, but yeah, once you move around, it gets even more obvious. So reducing the roughness on it should definitely help. But and it also depends on the surfaces. Like for example, like a really darker surface like that monitor screen, it doesn't look as bad. And I got a preview. I guess there's like a part of that. This initially I think had big lighting in it. This asset, so I need to set it. So I mean I need to remove that and actually set my own lighting, which is this one here. Um, but yeah, also having the indirect lighting from these light sources, you know, like um, the point lights, the rectangular lights, they totally help. Let's see, and yeah, I think that's that for that particular area. I need to figure out what this is. The target manager. Um, it's probably something related to the start of the game. Entering the game. Oh, and one thing that I once also wanted to test is having multiple times a day. I wanted to see how this looks at night as well, like going inside of the laundromat. Kind of going from, because I mean that's one of the things with Lumen that I was always not necessarily a concern, but um, um, kind of the bounce lighting or like the interior lighting, so it doesn't look too noisy, and also the way it looks once the time of day changes. So actually that's pretty darn good, and yeah, so I guess this wall, as you can see, I can't go past it because the collisions are completely awful. or I mean are pretty bad. So I need to fix those. But yeah, other than that, I'm pretty happy with how the inside looks at night as well. Yeah, so I'm gonna need to change these so they don't look so obvious. As you know, it's gonna look like people that know, it's gonna look at, you know, they're gonna know that okay, this is that one asset from the marketplace. But um, I want to give it a little bit of a different labeling, so I'm probably gonna update that little mesh. Um, and yeah, so I'm gonna need to try and fix whatever's going on with the bus. Um, Not entirely sure why it works in that one level but not in here. So I'll need to figure that out. Um, so yeah, I think that's gonna be it for this stream. Thank you everybody so much for stopping by. I really appreciate all the help and the comments or you know questions. And I'll see if I might do another stream later on today if I end up figuring out what's wrong with the bus, just to share that. If not, I'll see you next week, and I hope you guys have a great week coming up. All right, take care, everybody.